Yes. Dr. Mindy in the house. All right.
I appreciate that.
The carnivore diet.
Because of what we eat.
Honestly, you've really touched my heart.
We know that fasting insulin can predict type 2 diabetes up to 2 decades before fasting glucose. I really believe that checking fasting insulin will become the standard of medicine in the next decade. I hope it's before then.
How often should you check it?
I recommend getting that checked at least once a year. I'm really working hard to partner with a medical practitioner to be able to offer a fasting insulin test from home with a blood spot. So right now, the tricky thing about this is it's a harder molecule to test than glucose. We have continuous glucose monitors. You can get a finger prick test at home, but you can't do that with insulin yet. So the technology is just not quite as advanced yet, but it's going to get there. So for now, there's companies like So Well Health. They have a complete metabolic panel with Dr. Alexandra Soa, who founded that one. And so you can get that done at home, but that includes a few other things besides fasting glucose. So go ahead.
Just so if people have their blood work at home, again, I want to make this podcast as applicable to people as possible. What should their fasting glucose be?
Yeah. So let's go over some cutoffs here. So from a glucose standpoint, quote unquote, normal is anywhere between 70 to 100. And then if they're at 101 to 125, that's in the pre-diabetic range. 2 separate readings of 126 or higher would be considered type 2 diabetic. And then a couple other numbers to look at would be blood pressure. And I'm talking about cutoffs maybe for a symptom of insulin resistance. So anything higher than 130 over 85. So if the top number is higher than 130 or the bottom number is higher than 85. If your triglycerides are over 150, if you're a man and your HDL is less than 40, or if you're a woman and your HDL is less than 50, excess abdominal fat, so a waist circumference of greater than 40 inches for men or greater than 35 for women. And then here's something a little bit tricky too, would be skin tags. So your skin is an organ, so that can show signs of illness too. And if you're having like little tags on your skin or dark patches of skin, that can be a sign of insulin resistance.